All right, everybody. Hi, it's David Kramer, the Critical Thinking Christian, and today I want to continue my musings, what I'm thinking about during the day. And one of the things that I think about, which I think I made a video on this before, but it's better. It's good to reiterate. It's good to keep running it by you, so that you can think, well, you know what? Maybe you're right there, or I still believe what I believe. And what I was thinking of was Genesis 6. In Genesis 6, you have uh, God looking at the earth and seeing mankind and seeing how evil man has become and getting all bent out of shape about how evil man is, because it's just horrible. The wickedness is all over the world. They're doing every kind of evil, and God's getting all bent out of shape. And at this time, there were supposedly giants on the earth, and these giants were the result of women, the females of the human race, and angels, of the union between them, the sexual union, where the angels came down and mated with these women and had these giants, these big hybrids. They were half human, half God, half angel. And I think maybe I did make a video on this, but I think maybe I probably was talking about this before, but these are supposedly spiritual beings that can take on human form. And from what I understand from reading the Bible, that all of the angels are male. And God created these male angels with working sex organs. Okay, in a spiritual realm where you live forever. All of the beings in that realm are eternal. They're not. Well, God is eternal, and these created angelic beings or spiritual beings live forever. They never die. And so you don't need to procreate in there. But they were created with these sex organs, and then they saw the women, and they saw how good looking the women were. They were attracted to them, and they mated with them. And we had these giants. And then God sees all of this, and he gets all bent out of shape, and he goes, man, I wish I wouldn't have made man. Yeah, okay. Now, apparently, from what I understand, that at around this time, there's the time of the flood, and from this point where God decided to destroy the earth until he finally started the flood, it was 120 years, if I'm correct. So by that time, Noah would have been 480 years old, because he was at like 600 years old when the flood started, or during the flood. So 480 years plus however many years went by before Noah was born. Up until that point, God, knowing that mankind fell, they fell from God. They sinned. They became sinful, and so he had to kick them out of the garden. So they're essentially they're bad people. They're evil to God. From that point until 408, when Noah was on the earth and this whole shit started, God, what, did he forget what happened? I didn't, look how bad they are. Man, that's horrible. Yeah, you're omniscient. You didn't have a clue that was going to happen, plus your angels, which you created with working schlongs that, apparently can get attracted to women. It boggles the mind. It'd be like I have a car company and I create a vehicle that when the people buy it, as soon as they buy it, and as soon as, well, I'm going to say the first time they step on the brake, it initiates a sequence to where maybe a year later, the brakes lock up. They lock up. That's how I have it set up, that they lock up. And when they lock up and they start questioning me, and I start having lawsuits and stuff like that, I'm going, well, I don't know why this happened. I don't know what you're talking. I didn't realize that was going to happen. That when the brakes lock up, you're going to have accidents. People are going to hit you. You're going to slide into trees, and Yeah, what do you think they're going to say? Are they going to go, oh, you didn't realize that? Oh, okay, well then we're going to drop these lawsuits. Okay, we thought you knew. No, I didn't know. I had no clue. I didn't know it was going to get that bad. I didn't know planting a fucking tree in a garden that I don't want the people to touch, and then putting a shining fucking glistening serpent in the garden that can talk, and he's very clever, and he's going to deceive Eve, and then Eve's going to goad Adam into eating the apple. I didn't realize that after that happened, that this was going to happen, and then I'm going to have to do this. That's right, destroy everybody. I had no clue. Yeah, my God. I mean, and plus the angels, Well, when I gave them working, sex organs, aren't you omniscient? Yeah, but, if you're a Christian, you go, well, let's see, how can I explain this? Come on, brain. It's gymnastic time. See, God did that, and he told them, listen, now you don't go do that, okay? I'm going to make these women look really attractive, and I know you're going to be attractive because I actually created that within you, that you are attracted to these beings, these humans. But, I don't want you to take that working junk you got down there and, rub it around on them, okay? Are you kidding me? It's incredible. It's incredible. I mean, I am glad that I got to the point where I can read this stuff and go, ha, yeah, okay, right. Of course, yes. Isn't it nuts? Isn't it nuts? And of course, the flood, he has to kill everybody. His just boom. I got to drown everybody in a flood. And if you think about the amount of water that we have on the planet right now. Now, there was supposedly water above and water below, and there still is water below. There's aquifers and areas in the earth that have, my well, okay, is down there. There's an aquifer, okay, or whatever you call it. I don't know if they're all called aquifers, but my well, it comes from one of them, good clean water. It's great water. It's not that city and town shit that, man, you ought to see, there's a video of a woman that uses an oh man, I can't think of what it is anymore, but you can put it into a glass of water and it brings out the toxins. And she put it in a glass of water, 2 glasses. One was, I think it was distilled water, and another was tap water. And when she put it in both glasses side by side, and all the toxins that came up out of that clear tap water from the town, wow. I mean, and bubbling because of the metals in it, where it got hot. and he created man, and man does that shit to man. I have another video of God sets us up. Okay, God pits man against man by how he created and the sin and all the crap that can go on, and this guy's screwing you around, or maybe you're screwing that guy around, and yeah, but Now I lost my place. But anyway, the water. I mean, how much water was it? Because the fountains of the deep came up and that came down, but we have no evidence of that. And now you look at the amount of water on the face of the earth, and they'll say, well, that water, it carved it out in the oceans, and that's why the mountains are up high, and because everything moved because of it's like, I don't know. I mean, science has not found that to be the truth. But yeah, I got to drown everybody. I got to kill them all. And none of that would have been necessary if this here wouldn't have happened. Okay, so all of this, including what we're going through now, what people went through, wouldn't have had to happen. Okay, you take the whole trafficking, human trafficking nonsense. That never would have happened. And this God's supposedly omniscient, so he knew that there was going to happen. Slavery, it's obvious in the Bible where, yeah, okay, you and me are the same country, we're the same ethnicity, so we're just going to, you're going to be an indentured servant for a period of time, then you're free. That guy that just walked in here from another country, yeah, he's going to be my slave and my family's slave until the day he dies, and his family as well. That's our inheritance. Well, excuse this, excuse that, mental gymnastics, because I got to believe this shit. It's a man-made book. The Hebrews, or whoever wrote the book, the Jews, Israelites, they heard, the people that they were around, the places that they went, they heard all of these mythologies, okay? Made their own mythologies up. This here, they do, well, our gods will do this, and our gods will do that. Your gods do this, our gods do that, okay? We only want one God. Like I said yesterday in the video, we only want one God, but this is our God. But, then, of course, in the New Testament, you have three gods. But, yeah, it's man-made, it's mythology, it's foundational myths that help the people. These are stories that are, values, okay, morals, which it does. The Bible does teach values and morals. So does Buddhist text, okay. We learn by, I guess you could say, trial and error. Okay, that's another thing. So, what God, I better watch it, okay. I got 15 minutes before I leave for work, so I'm gonna talk about this whole written on our hearts, that his law is written on our hearts, which does not, that flies in the face of the evidence, okay? So I'll get to that next time. So, tell me what you think about this. Like, subscribe, don't subscribe. Tell me I suck, tell me I don't. Whatever. I'll be back with more, and, in the future. So until next time, this is David Kramer, the Critical Thinking Christian.